Hello, everybody. Welcome inside another edition of the Wrap-Up. Dan Myers, Nick Buckler, with you as always. Gentlemen behind the glass here. As well, the new edition of the show. They've been here always now. Well, they've been given a microphone. There's Austin back there. Holla at your boy. It's a hype day today, Dan. The Red Wing season is upon us. The Lions are second in the power rankings, according to a few major networks. This is big news. It's a good time to be alive in Detroit. And because the Tiger season is over, thank the Lord, it's not going to be a fun time to be a baseball fan for probably at least the next 5 years or so, because they smell. Yep, last place. Losers. Hey, at least they tanked the right way, though. They got the first overall pick in 2018. Hopefully there's a player hiding out there like a Mike Trout, a Bryce Harper, something along those lines. Hopefully they don't just get another run-of-the-mill pitcher that they can stash in the minors like Bo Burrows and Kyle Funkhauser and all those turd burglars that they got down there. But I want to start. Big game coming up this week, Michigan State. Mm-hmm. It's going to be lit off the chain. We'll get to the picks momentarily. John O'Korn was named the starter for Michigan. Wilton Speight still dealing with a injury of some kind. It's been kept pretty hush-hush, like the way Harbeasy likes to do things. But what do you think of their chances with O'Korn over Wilton Speight?
I have more confidence in Speight. O'Korn doesn't really impress me that much. Austin, I think you were mentioning something before the show too. It does really factor in, as far as the spread is concerned and stuff like that. But I think they'll get it done. But like you guys were saying earlier, it's just they're not going to make it easy. I mean, this is going to be a highlight of their season is trying to wreck Michigan's, especially considering the record right now. So I'm not completely confident, but we'll see.
You like the performance of Speight better than O'Korn?
Yeah, I do.
But if O'Korn is so good, why did Speight beat him out twice?
Okay, well, did you see any of the Purdue game? Either one of you?
Yeah.
No doubt, but Speight couldn't do anything. And he hasn't been able to do anything all year. O'Korn comes in, and he looked good. Now, mind you, it's obviously a small sample size, but I think if anyone deserves a shot, it's this guy over Wilton Speight. Spate's been horrible since he took over. And to me, he's the single reason they lost to Iowa last year.
Yeah, I feel like he's evolved though, and with that though, is this the game that you really want to test?
I mean, they have no choice. It's either him or Peters or McCaffrey.
That's true. Yeah.
But no, I think Michigan will roll pretty easily in this game. State is not good. Look what happened when they played a halfway decent team against Notre Dame at home, under the lights. It was a disaster. Brian Lewerke looked like Lewicki. I mean, I don't know. It was rough. I don't think Michigan State's a good football team. Sure, they're 3-1. They beat a banged-up, horrible Iowa team who got lucky against Penn State the week before. Still lost, but got lucky to keep that a close game. Michigan State had 2 good drives in that whole game offensively. They came early, and after that, they didn't do anything. It's rough. And I'm saying it right now. Their little brother.
Oh, here we go. Yep.
They get all mad. Listen to what they said. They call me. That's what a little brother does. Well, remember the punt, and they took it back to the house and beat them in the big house? That's what a little brother does. Okay? That's what they do. Oh, well, Michigan State's won 9 of the last 11 since Mike Hart said little brother. Congrats. Little brother is not over the last 10 years. Little brother is over all time. Well, you're going to count 1945 when their helmets were made of raw cowhide? Yeah, I am. And I'm going to count every other year, too. Look at the overall record. Okay, let's let that just bask a little bit. I'm sick of Michigan State fans and people within the program thinking that they're an elite program than Michigan. Michigan is the winningest program of all time, and there's no way you can argue that. I'm sorry. I don't care. You can't argue it. They are. Well, 1905. Okay, those are still wins. Well, they played against Children of the Blind. Don't care. They beat them. Michigan State wasn't around. I don't care. What? Don't make excuses. You're the most winningest program. Well, they should eliminate every win before 1930. According to who? I mean, I hear some of the most outlandish things from State fans. And to be honest, I enjoy ranting about them because it's fun. Mind you, I'm not one of those fans that says we for Michigan. I didn't go there. I don't have the right to do that. Do I root for them? Absolutely. I'm a Michigan fan. Always have been, always will be. Do I understand when they're terrible? Of course. The Rich Rod Brady Hoke days were painful. I'm a fan of Jim Harbaugh. Well, of course you are. Yeah, of course I am. Oh, you would be. What, do you want him to come sleep over your house too, like you did Quentin Nordine or whatever his name? Yeah, I would. He can have my bed. I'll sleep on the floor.
Yeah.
I mean, he's the best thing that's been here since arguably Bo. I like him better than Lloyd Carr.
Yeah.
Harbaugh puts the pedal to the floor. Lloyd Carr, we're up by 4 touchdowns. Let's put in some high schoolers and make this game close. All right, Lloyd, great coach. Harbaugh's better.
And definitely entertaining.
He's been
coach at
successful everywhere he's gone. Stanford, Andrew Luck, good team. Turn the program around. 49ers.
But he's technically never won anything.
Doesn't matter.
It does, though.
Times now.
Okay, so what has D'Antonio won?
At least.
Hmm?
At least he went to a college football playoff.
After how many years at the program?
I don't know. I'm not a State fan.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
And now I'm getting angry because I'm just thinking about.
You were fine. When
was
you
fine
showed me
today.
that video today, and you made it. You know,
I made a
obviously
joke.
the return.
They show the.
Here we go.
Oh, the Jalen Watts Jackson. Everyone, they've been posting that for 4 years or however long it's been. Retweet to ruin a Michigan fan's day. And guess what? It doesn't ruin our day. I think it's funny.
Yeah.
If that's all you can cling to, oh my goodness, we're gonna grill him. Let's show this Aussie losing the punt, and then Jalen Watts Jackson, who, mind you, his own teammate thrashed in the end zone after they won, severed his sternum, and the guy missed 1.5 years. Good job, Sparty. Way to go. I'm the nerd in the stands. Okay, yeah, you are.
Aw.
I love that guy.
Everyone was having a tough day. That guy just got a little more publicity for it, but yeah.
If that's what you're clinging to, get a life. Get a life.
You're gonna get that with anything, and that's what they're clinging to, and
I don't see any other team, fan base, or program retweeting stuff, reposting stuff from years ago. Do you see Pittsburgh fans trolling
Michigan does it.
Red Wing fans showing Lidstrom hitting the post with 1 second left? Do you see even Ohio State fans trolling? No, because they know they're elite. They know, oh, wow, we're Ohio State. We took care of business again over Michigan. We own them. Michigan State, stooping to the level that they are. Okay, you know what? Go beer bong until you pass out, all right? Light a couch on fire. Why don't you?
I do see it, and I don't want to bring it back here. I'm going to leave it at this. I'm just going to leave it on the doorstep, and then we're going to get back.
I'll
to,
clear it
the
out so
street.
you can leave it right here.
It's funny because you hear a lot of that when the Duke North Carolina rivalry shows up.
I don't know anything about that.
I obviously pay attention a lot more to it.
And I do.
What's that?
I said Dan and I do.
Who do you root for?
Carolina, baby.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Good.
So this
I
would be
just
really
want
good.
someone to oppose Dan on this because I.
Oh, believe me, I get a lot of opposition as it is.
I prefer North Carolina, but I don't care. I despise Duke. That's the problem. I hate Duke.
Why?
Why not?
That's not a valid answer.
But why do you like them?
Coach K.
Coach K, first of all, is just he's the GOAT
I
of
hate
college
Coach
basketball.
All right, can we
You
move
can
on?
hate.
We got a lot
How
to
do you
cover
argue
today.
that though? But yeah, like I said, I'm gonna leave it on the doorstep.
You
and
know,
I'm
when
gonna run
around
back.
the horn when they just like mute guys. I wish I could just mute you right now.
Right.
But, anyways, big game. They moved it to a night game. I think it's an awful idea. People are going to be belligerent. People are going to be fighting. There's going to be crime. We're going to move back the tailgating time. That's not going to stop kids from drinking at their place on
They'll
their
just
decks.
drink quicker.
Yeah, and they're just going to be like, well, we got to drink up, boys. Buckle up, buckaroo. Let's do it. Anyways, Katie.
Yeah, buckle up for sure because this is going to be. I hope it's an entertaining game. I mean, I want to be semi-relaxed watching it and just be able to have a cold one while, with
Ginger ale, as Mickey would say.
There you go. But we never know. You never know what's going to happen. I mean, I felt pretty cocky a few times, and it's come to bite me. But
Lions took care of business on
They
the
did.
road. 14-7, a low-scoring affair. But they didn't really have any doubts when I was watching. I felt like they were in control. There was a couple times where it got a little hairy, but this is the first time in a while I feel, and I was listening to Pat Caputo last night, who is dreadful. I'm sorry. I can't stand him. Sometimes I just want to drive into the median when he's on. He's like, people are tweeting in here saying that it's just a different feeling to the team. Yeah, it is different. What about in 2011 when the team started 5-0? What happened then? Well, Pat, they made the playoffs. But they lost to the Saints. Okay. Last year, they were 9-4 and lost all the games. You're telling me it looks like the same thing to me? No, because they found a way to lose, and Stafford had to come back in games, which he hasn't had to do yet this year. And the time he did, he pretty much did, and they got hosed. It's a different feeling. When has their defense been this good? Oh, they haven't. When have they've been the only team in the NFL with an offensive, defensive, and special teams touchdown? Oh, wait, they're still the only team. Pat Caputo, go write an article in the Oakland Press that no one reads, and come pop a squat right here. Oh, wait, never mind. I'm not going to say any references about the chair breaking. Just did. Moving on, Lions, they're different. You want to talk about them? If not, we'll go to picks. Talk about them, then we'll go to picks. I'm talking too much, so I'm going to mute.
There's an imaginary mute button. No, I'm just real quick. If you're not sold on them yet, that's fine too. There's plenty of people that have gotten their heart broken and have just pretty much checked out. I don't think you really have to fault somebody for not feeling committed or drinking the Kool-Aid like we were a couple weeks ago. Hey, like a couple weeks. Yes, they're still drinking it, but I don't think it's fair to criticize people who haven't jumped on the bandwagon. Not
but is it fair to criticize Pat Caputo because it's Pat Caputo?
Pat
Caputo 98 on Twitter. 539-891-7052.
But with that being said, I'm on board. I'm excited. Keep
aboard.
It going. But I've talked with my dad. We were talking with my uncles, a while back, and they're not sold. They're like, you know what? When they win that first or second playoff game, then maybe we'll start reinvesting again. But as far as now, it's just zombie fans right now. They just don't want to expect anything and get their hopes shattered. So
shall we move to our picks?
Picks time.
The Michigan State Spartans travel to Ann Arbor to take on the number 7 Michigan Wolverines. I'm talking like one of our own.
Tim Meyer.
All right, picks. Let's talk about last week. Check out these standings. Dan, you're even up to 500 now after a decent week. Not going to toot my own horn, but I won the week 7-3. No big deal. Came down to Monday night. We all took the Chiefs to cover, and thanks to that late fumble recovery on the pass it back and forth kind of thing, they covered the spread. We all get an extra win. Cool. So I am now tied with our leader, Arthur Schink. Andrew's still leading the way. Austin, you're not out of it. Just a couple rough weeks. This is your chance here to rise through the ranks.
Austin, I have to respect your MO. The last week you were going, you gambled, you rolled the dice, and if that would have worked out, you would have jumped pretty good. So I applaud you, sir.
Yeah. See? Mutual respect. That's what we're all about here on the wrap-up number 112. Moving on. Michigan State travels to Ann Arbor, take on the number 7 Michigan Wolverines. Wolverines favored by 11 at home, and they're going to cover.
Going to cover.
Yeah.
Give me the Spartans.
Sparty
I can respect that.
Thursday night football, number 17 Louisville travels to NC State, number 24. But Lamar Jackson and company favored by 3.5 on the road. Prime time. This will probably get more ratings than the Thursday night NFL game. And I'm taking Louisville, Heisman, Lamar Jackson to win on the road, cover the spread.
Yeah, and Lamar I trust.
Give me the Cards.
Number 23, the Mountain People, Mountaineers, take on the Christian Boys, Texas Christian, the Horned Frogs. Number 8 in the land. And I bet against them a lot this year, so I'm taking them. The Horned Frogs favored by 12.5 at home. They're going to cover that spread. The Mountain People, they don't know what football's all about. They're not throwing a mine around or whatever they mining for coal. Yeah, whatever. Either way, they don't know football. Rich Rod's still not their coach. Steve Slayton isn't their running back anymore. Any more old facts? No. TCU covering.
All right. Yep. That's where we're going to start dividing ourselves. I'm going with the Mountain People of West Virginia.
Well, and the Big 12 doesn't know defense, and it's going to be a shootout, but I'll take TCU.
All right.
We had to dig for a 4th game just so we didn't have to have 2 horrible NFL games that we put on the slate. And Florida State is 1-2 this year, but they're at home, and this is a rivalry game, playing number 13, the Miami Hurricanes. Hurricanes favored by 3 on the road, and I think they're going to mop the floor, maybe win by 20.
Yeah, I got Miami. They spanked Duke last week, so I think they're still riding high from that ACC victory.
Okay, Duke, they're not relevant.
They went to a bowl game last year.
They had Laken Tomlinson. That guy is removed from the Lions.
Still no Francois for Florida State, so give me the Canes.
That's right. Moving on. NFL. Dun, 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 dun. Lions at home favored by 3 against Cam Newton and the crew. Battle of 3-1 NFC teams. I'm taking Lions to cover.
I'm taking Lions too, but I'm nervous.
I'm taking the Detroit Football Lions.
Patriots Thursday night favored after a big loss at home against Carolina. Travels down south to play famous Jameis and the boys and the Bucco Boys, Buccaneers. Patriots favored 5.5, and I'm taking them to cover. They're going to be angry.
Yeah, odds are in favor of the Patriots. There's no way they're losing another one.
Give me the Bucks. I think they're going to keep it close. Doug Martin's back, and the Patriots defense is the worst in the league.
The worst.
Yeah.
Battle of 0-4 teams had to throw it on the docket. Phillip Rivers and the newly L.A. Chargers can't even get 10,000 people to their games. Doesn't matter. They're going to the Meadowlands MetLife to take on the 0-4 Eli Manning. Manning and company favored by 3.5 at home. I'm taking them.
I'm taking Boltman. Bolthead. Chargers.
Give me the Bolts.
San Diego Football Chargers.
Superchargers.
Supercharger. Seahawks at LA Rams. Rams riding high off a big win where their kicker got 8,000 million points in fantasy. Greg Zuerlein, Legatron. Rams favored by 2 at home against Seattle. I'm taking Seattle +2.
I'm taking Seattle also.
Give me Greg the Leg and the Rams.
Packers at Cowboys. Cowboys favored by 2, and they're going to lose outright to Aaron Rodgers and company.
Yeah, absolutely. You got fired up, Aaron Rodgers.
Pack
Olivia's
attack.
gone. He's angry.
Chiefs at Texans. Chiefs only favored a point in this game. Deshaun Watson might be the real deal. He's got Will Fuller back. He's got Hopkins. He's got Lamar in the backfield. Now, we're not talking Odom, people. We're talking Miller time. But I think the Chiefs, the spread's way too small. I'm taking the Chiefs on the road.
Yeah, I'm taking the Texans. Got with the home field.
Give me Kareem Hunt and those Chiefs.
Chiefs. Those are our picks. They're not yours. We're going to talk, get this out of here. We're going to talk Red Wings hockey on this final segment here on the show. We've got some predictions. What is in store for this team? NHL 18 did their simulation of the season, and they have the Red Wings being dead last in the NHL by 10 points over the next closest team. 69 points. That's sad. This team is not that much different from the team that made the playoffs 2 years ago. The only difference is, well, they had Blashill then, but Babcock gets the most out of his players. I think with a competent coach, this team's a playoff team. And you know what? Heck, they might make it this year. I'm not giving away my picks just yet. But let's dive into the picks now, and then we'll talk Red Wings in a minute.
Cool.
We'll toss them up on the screen. Why not? We'll start here. Got our boy Kyle working behind the cameras today. This is what he's got going on. He's got Minnesota, Dallas making it in the West. Pretty much standard across the board. Calgary sneaking in that newly signed Jaromir Jagr. Nothing really that jumps out to me. Here he's got Detroit 82 points though. That hurts. But worst team, he's got Colorado, Vegas in their first year, 75 points. But nothing crazy here. Who do you got winning the Cup? Kyle, I'm asking. I'm going to ask him here to scream out behind the camera. Because
I'm going to go with the Oilers.
He's going to take Edmonton.
Nice.
Edmonton winning the Cup. That's a popular pick these days.
Who?
I'll say Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh, Edmonton in the final. I can. That's pretty. That's pretty standard.
would
That'll
be
be a great
huge.
series. I
That
love
would be
watching
huge.
McDavid and the boys.
Yeah.
So that's his picks. He's got Boston just missing. Ottawa sneaking in as the last team. Dan, who do you got? Go Western Conference. Give me your 8 teams.
All right. Right now, I don't know. I like Edmonton. The Ducks are solid too. The Sharks I'm going with. I do like the Preds in Dallas. Also St. Louis. But
Go Preds.
I was waiting for that. Obviously, I go with Pittsburgh, Washington. I'm invested with Carolina.
Really, that's been. I've seen that in some
I'm on
people's-
that bandwagon too as well.
Yeah, and then I'm liking Tampa if they can stay healthy. Also, you're not gonna like this next one: the Leafs, Buffalo, and the Canadians.
Buffalo.
Yep. Yeah.
Do we drug test here? Man,
I like
Buffalo.
Scandella. Jack Eichel.
He just got his new deal.
Yep.
8 years, 80 million, or 10 years, 8 years, 80 million.
Yeah.
10 years, 80 million.
So I'm rolling the dice with them
No,
too.
8 years. Either way, there's an 8 and a 10 involved. 80
Who's
million
in your
was
cup,
his deal.
Dan?
I'm throwing this out there. I'm gonna cast the line. I think Tampa, if they can stay healthy, quite
Against?
possibly can do it.
Over who?
Oh gosh, I hadn't thought that far. I don't know. I was
I can make
worried about
mine
the
quick.
reaction I was gonna get from Tampa, so I didn't even think that hard. But go ahead. What's that?
I was going to say I can make my pick quick.
Who are your Western Conference teams, Austin? Let me know.
These are in order: Edmonton, Minnesota, Nashville, Anaheim, Chicago, Calgary, Dallas, and San Jose.
Okay, all right.
In the East, I have Pittsburgh, Tampa Bay, Washington, Toronto, Carolina, Boston, Columbus, and New York.
Rangers?
C.
All right. In your Cup final?
It's a rematch, Nashville-Pittsburgh, and I'm taking the Preds.
Of course you
I would
are.
love to see that.
Of course
I
you
would
are.
love to see
My
that.
Western Conference squads, I got Edmonton, Chicago, Minnesota, Dallas, Anaheim, San Jose, St. Louis, and my crazy one, it's not really that crazy, but I got Winnipeg sneaking in this
Nice.
year. Winnie,
Nice.
they're a good
Okay.
young team. Jacob Trouba, they just signed Nikolai Ehlers to a long-term deal. They're good, and they got good old, what's his name, the blonde kid, the rookie from last year. Drawing a blank.
Like,
No, the rookie. Line, duh. How could I forget? Patty L. Bubble teams, I was on the bubble. Austin, I'm sorry. Nashville. They're not making the playoffs this year. Pekka's going to blow out his knees. They're done.
both of them.
Pekka and Nashville, not making the playoffs. Calgary, don't care if they signed old Yamir. No. LA, not making it. Moving east, Pittsburgh, Washington, Rangers, Tampa, Montreal, Toronto, Columbus, condescending torts. And your Detroit Red Wings will make the playoffs. Thank you. I'm the only one who said it. So remember this come April when I'm right. Ottawa, Philly, Islanders, first three teams out. I feel like Joe Lenardi. Bracketology, Cup final, Edmonton over Washington. Washington
Ooh.
finally makes it. And I pull for them every year. I feel like I might be their jinx. But McDavid tears it up.
Can you imagine the power struggle between McDavid and Crosby if he goes and wins a cup?
Yeah, that would be interesting. Couple of good old Canadian boys.
So, Dan, where do the Wings finish?
I'm not impressed. I'm not excited. The only thing you have to look forward to is the ribbon cutting that's already taken place.
And your season's over from there.
Yes. Yeah.
Man, everyone's dogging this team.
Which, you know what?
Bottom 5 in the league for me. Bottom 5.
Yeah. And it's across the board. Hey, I hope I'm wrong. I really do. I
94
hope I'm wrong.
points.
I will.
94 points.
I'm going to make a bet with you off air about the Wings making the playoffs.
I think I'm going to. If they make it to the conference finals,
Okay, whoa. Okay.
I will shave my head.
What?
Yeah.
I'll
All right,
shave
not
my
down to
head
the
and
skin because
No.
there's currently an issue with that right now
Nick,
going on.
I will buzz cut my hair if the Wings make the
Buzz
playoffs.
cut. Yeah, there we go.
Okay, all right. That's fair. But I feel like I need some odds
You
here.
need some odds.
I need
Hey, I'm
some
not
odds. I
looking to
need
go
a
shave
spread.
my head, but
I need
I'm
a spread
saying.
for me to do it. Obviously, for outright, you guys. But I mean, the odds are against me here.
Right.
I'm just wishful thinking and knowing, obviously. But we'll figure something out.
We'll figure something out. If they make the playoffs, we'll have to figure out
I'll
something.
wear a Red Wings jersey for a week. I will
that-
never take it off.
Is that painful for you to do?
Yes, it would be.
And I'll wear a North Carolina.
Ugh.
Hey,
Heels,
that
baby.
pains. That pains. Austin, if you had to wear
Nick's
Duke
like,
stuff.
God, please take me now.
This is the worst conversation I've ever heard. Can I walk off set? Is anyone trying to call me? Hello, Mom? Anyways,
We'll figure out something. We'll get back to you guys next week.
we
We'll
got a
let you
few
know,
minutes
but-
left to talk about what we think for the Red Wings, what's going to happen.
No, real quick, before we jump into that, is this the most exciting time of the year, or is
Yes.
the Stanley Cup
Ooh.
playoffs?
March
Wow.
Madness.
Who's in it?
I like the end of March, early April. You got March Madness going on. You got the playoff stretch for NHL, NBA. You've got baseball starting up, which now is not relevant anymore. But
Go
normally
Tigers.
in a relevant sports town, that's an exciting time. Like maybe LA. They got the Kings they're excited about trying to make the playoffs. They got the Lakers, the Clips.
The Kings will not make the playoffs.
They will not, I agree. I don't think anyone picked the Kings here. The Dodgers, starting up. The Angels.
choking in the playoffs like the Capitals.
Clippers.
Yep, Clips. The LA Knights, Calvin Cambridge, Tracy Reynolds, Joe Jode. Basketball is my favorite sport. Love the way they dribble up and down the court. Anyways, Red Wings predictions. Anything, who's going to lead the team in points? Over, under, when they sign Athanasiou. Thanksgiving. Before or
Oh.
after?
I got to go before. I hope it's before, but I just hope it's before.
All-Star break.
Oh.
To me, this reminds me a lot of Jacob Trouba last year. It's only $600,000. He wants 2.5. The Wings are offering 1.9. I really think if they start slow early, they're going to just give them the 2.5. They have a roster spot available and a little bit of cap space, but not much. They'll make a pending roster move. Maybe someone will get hurt, and that's what they're waiting for that to happen before they offer him the money. I think right about Thanksgiving, I'm going to go a little bit before, only because the KHL season is so far in already. He's not going there.
Yeah.
And the guys who, Darren Ferris is his agent, Athanasiou. He was also the agent for Sam Bennett in Calgary, who was a holdout, just signed. Player in Columbus, can't think of his name. Josh Anderson. He was a holdout. He just signed. So his guys are finally signing. Athanasiou's the big fish, I guess you could say, even though I think Sam Bennett's a little bit better. I think he does sign before Thanksgiving. For that reason, Dan Ferris wants his money, and he's going to get it, and I think Athanasiou's going to get it. I say they find a happy medium, but Athanasiou getting a little bit more than what the Red Wings want to give him. I say about $2.25, $2.3 million a season, 2-year deal, and then he'll have arbitration rights during his next contract negotiations, and he'll probably go to arbitration because of Darren Ferris being his agent.
Yeah. You feel bad for the guy?
Athanasiou?
Yeah.
No.
No, not at all.
I mean, do I feel bad
The
for how
treatment
he's
of him?
been managed as a Red Wing? Sure. I think he's deserved much more ice time, and they always undercut him, him and Mantha both. Mantha just benefits because his contract isn't up. I think they'd be trying to do the same thing with him. Watch Mantha go out and lead the team this year.
Athanasiou has the leverage, too. The Wings really don't have any leverage.
But what is interesting to me is Andreas Athanasiou is a restricted free agent. He has not been offered one offer sheet from any other team in the NHL. That's a head-scratcher to me.
Would he have taken it?
Well, the Wings, depends. I don't know. The Wings would have obviously had 48 hours to match that, which I think if they were given a little bit of pressure, I think they would. You're not going to let an asset like Athanasiou walk for free, although it's Ken Holland.
So the media was going to follow up with.
Brain dead.
Who leads the team in points this year?
You know what? I'm going
Mantha.
Mantha. That's solid. I'm going to go. Come on, Larkin. Come on, do it. Do it for me.
Do it for the Nookie?
Do it.
I'm going Mantha as well.
Nice. Yeah, that's solid.
He's got good hands. He's put on weight. He's stronger.
Those
Hard
silky
shot.
mitts.
Is he?
Any surprises? Here's the roster. Any surprises?
You know what?
Marty Ferk surprised you. David Booth making his. What? Okay, I am clearly interrupting you, but I'm sorry.
No, you're good. You're good.
I've watched a lot of the preseason. I was more impressed with P.A. Parentale than I was, at least in the finale, than David Booth. And they just see a PA. David Booth, you want a deal? You're from Lutheran North. You're from the area. Like, come on.
That is definitely
I'm not a big fan.
One of the names we weren't talking about. You and I were going back and forth via text, and you were. I mean, I was excited. You were excited about Parentale. That would have been fun. Yeah, Booth really doesn't. I'm not too impressed. I would have liked to see Parentale, like you said. I like that Frick's here. There was the other guy. Can't remember his name. He scored 2 goals the second game of the season or preseason. It was pretty impressive. I'd like to see him. He impressed me a lot.
Martin Ferk?
Not Frick. But yeah, it's Frick. He's all right, but Booth was not doing too much for me. So.
No, and he's going to probably be on the fourth line. He's going to get it over Witkowski. Witkowski, though, making the team, obviously. Who knows? It's going to be a fun year. Jimmy Howard's your starting
Hockey's
goaltender.
back.
Hopefully he can stay healthy. They're playing the Minnesota Wild at Little Caesars Arena, the Steep Palace, Pizza Palace, slanging dough at the Joe. Rest in peace, Joe. For all the crew, gentlemen behind the glass, Dan Myers, Nick Buckler, we're hollering at you later.